Most people only use LinkedIn as an online resume. To use it as a marketing tool, put the following recommendations into practice. Hi, I'm Donna Newman. With all the LinkedIn data and tactics out there, this video tutorial isn't something you'll want to miss. So let's get started.
It never ceases to amaze me that frequently when ambitious, intelligent, and well-educated small business owners first get onto LinkedIn, they post their resume. Hi, I'm Donna Newman, a social media trainer. And when they do this, they often overlook developing the number one skill that is guaranteed to position their brand ahead of the crowd, namely a plan, or what I refer to as the 14 super effective ways that small business owners can dominate LinkedIn. So when you launch your LinkedIn profile, you can have more exposure that can result in bottom line success when you implement these 14 super effective ways into your LinkedIn plan. And if you don't have a plan, you'll be like just another resume, easily overlooked and quickly forgotten. So let's jump into what LinkedIn is, aside from the fact that we've originally thought it was a resume, simply a resume. It's known as the world's largest professional network with 150 million plus global members in over 130 industries. So we know that it's more than a resume, and then when you look a little bit deeper, you realize that it allows you to bypass the gatekeepers of your industry and directly connect with prospects. So at the onset of this video, the best tip I can give you for dominating LinkedIn is first, to have a plan, and I've got 14 tactics for you to be able to succeed at implementing that. Second is creativity in implementing your plan. And finally, stamina. So here's the inside scoop and 14 ways how your small business can benefit from LinkedIn. This is where we're headed in this video. Idea number 1, upload a good photo. Number 2, business headline matters. Number 3, use email as your last name. Number 4, complete your profile. Number 5, link to websites with keywords. Number 6, increase your visibility. Number 7, personalize your friend requests. Number 8, boost your Google page rank. Number 9, status updates. Number 10, give to get recommendations. Number 11, join a group. Number 12, questions and answers. Number 13, who's looking at you? And number 14, embed a video or a PDF. So here are the 14 ideas, and each slide I will then dissect exactly how you execute each of these ideas. Let's start with idea number 1, uploading a good photograph. Here you can prominently display your profile photo at the top of your page. And when you do, here are some 3 ideas that you definitely want to keep in mind. First, your photo is the first impression to visitors. Just think of a job interview. How would you enter the job interview looking? And execute applying a photograph very similar to that thinking. Second, when you're uploading a photograph, make sure it's high quality and one that can be loaded up to 4 megabytes in size. Oftentimes, formats for photographs are instantly in JPEG, but other formats that you can use are GIF and PNG. Then, remember that this is the image that represents your personality all over LinkedIn. So I would even go so far as to remember that when you choose a photo that's consistent with your brand's personality and style, don't just let this be the photograph that's going to stay on LinkedIn. Let it be the same photograph that people are seeing you on your business card, seeing you on your Facebook business page profile, and also in your Twitter, and then additionally on your YouTube channel. Idea number 2, your business headline totally matters. Here, a professional headline should not be a current title full of keywords, but rather a marketing slogan, a real-time understanding of how I as a consumer, when I'm looking at it, can benefit by aligning with you, hiring you, or even referring you. So a couple of examples are, if you're in real estate, maybe say something like real estate agent serving the college community. Second, let's say you're a caterer hosting golf outings for executives in Scottsdale, Arizona. Or maybe you're an IT manager and you're looking for some employment. IT manager seeking employment in Southern California. When I understand what the value of you is, aside from the fact that you're an IT manager, and let's say in a group you've given me a valuable insight, I notice by your business headline that you're looking for employment. Well, if I'm pretty impressed by the caliber of ideas or actions that you've given me and they've given me real results, I'm probably going to give you an opportunity to be employed. Let's look at mine. There's plenty of social media speakers out there, but how many of them have high content and high delivery? And very few of them have also founded a company. So by giving this as my marketing slogan, people immediately understand the value and the platform of strength that I'm coming from. So when you look at this, kind of a 30,000-foot perspective here, is your photo, your name, and your professional headline are the three elements that people see all over LinkedIn. When they're searching for you, they're going to bring up those three elements. So in a snap, I can identify you as a person that I can trust by looking at the whites of your eyes. I know exactly who you are in your name, and I know the value proposition that you give me. From this alone, I can actually hire you. I don't even need to go to your profile. So when you're putting together your headline, that field has 120 characters. It is fixed, and you are allowed about 15 to 20 words. Idea number 3, input your email as your last name. This is a tactic that very few people know of, and it's one of the best. Here you see that you've got a first name field and you've got a last name field. Inside of your first name field, fill that with your full name. Then, see the second field and fill that with your email address, so that when people are searching for you in LinkedIn or you're participating in a group, they immediately see all the contact information they have and they don't even have to go to your profile. They see my photograph, they see my first name, last name, and then they see how to get a hold of me. So if the value proposition or if the actions that I've taken maybe in a group and giving advice or insight has really provoked them to know that, wow, I want to follow up with her, they can. They don't have to go looking for my information. So the best practice here is you want a prospect to have enough information of your talent, your personality, plus the details to contact you. Number 4, complete your profile. So complete 100% of your profile and then you will boost your SEO. And how you achieve that, couple of ways. Add your personal interest. There's nothing better than just simply knowing what your skill set is, but what will really connect you to a prospect or somebody who would love to refer you is interests. If they know you, they like you, and they trust you based upon the common denominator of some common interests that you share, they're going to see the skill set of your personality, your personal brand behind your professional strengths, and they're going to be able to feel really confident that you're not just another strength in your profession, but you're somebody that they can actually relate to. When you're doing that, make sure that you put it in not first person, singular or plural, I and we, but go ahead and write it in third person. For example, Donna Newman, and use your full name, first name, last name, because that adds to the value of the SEO within your profile. And then personalize with keywords. I would encourage you not to be so academic, unless of course that's your audience. I would encourage you to be more conversational using contractions, unless of course again you're in more of an academic cycle or a culture. Then when you've got those personalized words, not just words that everybody else uses because that's the thing to do within your industry, but you personalize it and maybe you give me a slogan, maybe you give me a soundbite. That is going to be the lasting impression. That's my takeaway, and I will remember you. So the tip finally on this page is to go ahead and customize your URL for your profile, and I'll identify exactly how to do that later. Idea number 5. Here you want to link to websites with keywords. So customize the titles of the 3 website fields to enhance your search engine results. Might be you adding an MLS search if you're a realtor. It might be adding a website or even a blog. But rather than allowing, in this left side over here, LinkedIn just calling it a website or even just calling it a blog, go ahead and customize those. And a couple of examples are, let's say you're a realtor. You might want to say free home search, MLS access. You might want to say, if you are a nutritionist, recipes for athletes. And that might link to your Facebook business page, or that might link to your blog. You might, if you are a workout queen, you might want to say the workout and music playlist for athletes, and that would then go straight to either your blog or your Facebook notes section. And then let's say you want them to go to your website, but how drab is that to write website? Nobody's going to go to your website. But if you write Meet Donna Newman personally, that's more of an incentive, because I have the value of wanting to meet you or whatever your name is personally versus just going and hanging out at your website. Then, after you've chosen how you want to customize it in the middle section, then the fillable blank will open on the right-hand side where you can add your hyperlink to access that content. Number 6, increase your visibility. Here you want to create a connection strategy. It could be simply that you want to connect to everybody and anybody who says, hey, let's get connected. Or you could be more strategic and identify key industries or key people that you either want to say yes to or definitely say no to. So by adding connections, you legitimately rise higher to the top of the search results within LinkedIn for your industry or your keywords. And the shared connections build the social proof that you are excellent at your trade. So you don't need thousands of connections, but you certainly want to have few more than 5, because you want to demonstrate that social proof that people value connecting with you and they've identified your skill set as real. Another thing is, when you're identifying who you're going to connect with and not, let's say in your industry, you're finding that a lot of people within your industry and maybe in your same building or perhaps even in the same company are wanting to connect with you. But is that really a wise decision? Because are they going to be a source of referrals for you? Are they going to recommend you? Well, they're kind of competitors with you. So unless there's a value to connecting with someone, go ahead and keep them. Don't accept them. Just keep them in the pending folder, or maybe delete them. When you have them pending, they're not officially recognized through an email via LinkedIn that you haven't personally accepted them yet, or if you've deleted them, LinkedIn is not going to alert them of that. However, if they do go ahead and search for you, they will be they will see that you have a pending request, that you personally have not accepted them as a connection. Idea number 7, personalize your invitation. This is part A. When you are asking to connect with someone, don't be like 90% of the people out there. They literally just go in and they decide who they want to connect with. Then they send that basic message from LinkedIn, which is, I'd like to add you to my professional network on LinkedIn. Well, we've got to be less boring and more intentional than that. Let's dare to do what nobody else is doing. Then you're going to dominate LinkedIn, especially in this compartment. So here, you want the likelihood of being accepted. You don't want to be like the other slide where people are having you in their pending folder or their don't want to connect with folder. So here, when you customize, you've got a likelihood they're going to accept you. Let me give you an example. Let's say I'm a realtor and I'm wanting to connect with Charissa Pompey. Let's just say that she is in the East Valley of Arizona and I'm in the North Valley. I'm just doing a great job up there. I'm wanting to dominate. I'm specializing. I'm really busy. I've got a client that needs to have some help in East Valley. Not that I don't want to and not that I can't, but I'm really wanting to stay focused on what I'm doing in the North Valley. So let's say I want to connect with her. I hear she has a great reputation and I want to connect and possibly refer my client to her. Here's how I would start it. Hi, Charissa. I'd love to add you to my professional network on LinkedIn. I too am a realtor that has lived in sunny Arizona since the year. I specialize in residential view properties. Thanks for the opportunity to connect. Donna Newman. Customize it however you like, but identify why. identify the context of how you might know them, and what kind of call to action do you want to have with them rather than just adding them to your numbers. Is there a reason outside of that that you want? So the tip I can give you is when you're doing this, enter the Contact sub-tab up there on the top navigation, click My Connections, and then start the personalization of the process. The second option that you can do in personalizing an invitation is getting connected by finding some friends, colleagues, and clients. You can do this one of two ways. First, you can start at the LinkedIn search box for the industry or specific names, and that's located in the navigation bar top right. Or you can actually enter your email in here. Let's say you've got an AOL, a Yahoo, a Gmail. Then every person who is connected with that email will receive a generic invitation from LinkedIn. And when that happens, everybody will have an opportunity to connect with you. So before you do this step, the second step, go ahead and realize what is your core value when wanting to connect with people on LinkedIn. Is it you just want to build up your network, or is it that you want to be intentional? If you're wanting to be intentional, you probably don't want to send this email out to all of your contacts, because maybe the majority of people in this email is maybe they're competitors. And so you wouldn't want to necessarily have that network be of people who are not going to be identified as in your sales funnel, people who are not going to refer you, people who are not going to recommend you, people who are not going to bring you business. So make sure that you understand what your intentions are in receiving connections before you actually go out and search for them. Idea number 8, boost your Google page rank. LinkedIn profiles get a high page rank in Google. So let's be seen and let's influence what they see. The best way to do this is to start with making your profile public. You have a LinkedIn profile, and it's not like your Facebook personal profile where you're going to be putting on some private conversations or some private photographs. Here, you started thinking that LinkedIn was a resume. So you're going to approach it from a very professional perspective, and you want people to find you. So let's make it public. And there are 3 steps to be able to achieve that. First, let's create a public profile. You log in and you access the edit version of your layout. Go ahead and click in your profile where your link is. So the first step then, you're going to have an option to create public profile. Second step is you're going to select the full view so that everybody can see everything about you on this page. And then third, you're going to customize your public profile's URL. And here, as you can see from the last / Donna L. Newman, I've customized that. That way, people know that that's my profile and it's not a generic full of numbers and characters. Status update. What are you working on? Now, you may want to write an original post from LinkedIn, or you may want to syndicate your original post from Facebook. Oftentimes, people actually connect their business page to their Twitter, and then their Twitter to their LinkedIn, so that on the news feed on LinkedIn, they've got all of their posts from Facebook and Twitter coming straight into LinkedIn. Or you may want to originate a post inside of LinkedIn. And here's a couple of ideas of how to do that. Let's say you're a mortgage broker. You want to give a real-time value to what you're doing. And you might want to say something like, just had dinner meeting with Small Biz Lending, great SBA loans still available. Or let's say you're an exerciseologist. My workout for legs, abs, and cardio is live, complete with a jamming playlist. Here you've given value. You've given them an indication of what you're doing, but you've added value. So the biggest tip I can give you before you write your original post, know the keywords and the hot topics your audience is talking about. What buzzwords are they talking about for your industry? What do they want from your industry? If it's an abs workout, write those exact keywords in your status so that people, when they're connecting with you and they see those words, they're going to immediately be drawn into them because you're spoon feeding them exactly what they're wanting. And then use them in your post so that it's not only giving your people that you're connected with an opportunity to see real-time value, but that's going to also help you in the search engines. Number 10, give and get recommendations. Hey, nothing says hire me better than testimonials from happy customers. So let's go ahead and first make a recommendation to get a recommendation. And the tip here is several quality recommendations are social proof that you are the best. You don't have to say it. It's social proof that you are the best. So give testimonials, and then in turn, they'll likely return the favor. So when you initiate a testimonial and you then send it off, the recipient has an opportunity to review it and then accept it. The moment he or she accepts it, it posts live on their profile, and then LinkedIn, quite kindly, asks them, would you like to return the favor? And they have an opportunity to recommend you back. So how do you achieve this? In the top navigation bar, you're going to see Profile. So enter the Profile tab, click Recommendations, and then get started. Customize your request to make that recommendation. The best practice for getting a testimonial is ask for the testimonial right at the closing, right at the launch, right at the walkthrough, right at the apex of the happiest of moment in which your client is working with you on the product or on your service. Number 11, joining a group. This builds your authority and demonstrates your expertise. And you might want to join groups simply because of their interests, because of the causes, because of your profession, because of your networking. The best way to access that is, again, going up to that navigation bar where you see groups. You'll have a drop down that will allow you to see the groups you belong to, the groups that you may like, which is very nice of LinkedIn to be intuitive. Then you might even want to start a group. Let's say you notice that there's no groups based upon your interests, and you might be whitewater rafting, or maybe there's a cause that you've realized you're doing offline and you want to be able to have a group for that so that they can be more exchanging of ideas. And perhaps even for your profession. If you're a speaker, you might want to join NSA. If you're in exercise, you might want to join a national network of exerciseologists who are demonstrating their skill sets and also talking about the challenges of the industry. If you're networking, it might be an open opportunity for you to demonstrate your skill set, which is absent from the group, and you then get an opportunity to showcase through your advice, through your links, through your blogs, how you can benefit the group at large, but then also pull back some additional valuable service. A couple of benefits that you really will find that you'll have within a group. Here you're going to find prospects. When you've got an opportunity to demonstrate your strength, advice, maybe it's a link back to your blog, maybe it's an idea, maybe it's a recommendation. People are going to see the strength of your idea as they implement it and it works for them, so they're going to come back to you either for an additional idea, or they're going to think, you know what, I should probably hire that person. So you're showing your expertise, you're getting advice from your colleagues, which will help you. They freely exchange. You're going to grow your network with people of similar interests. And here's a kind of a caveat to that as well. When people use your product or service, they normally have friends who are very similar to them. So if you have a happy customer, their friends, very like the character of your happy customer, will be great for you to work with. So the happy customer will more than likely be identified with people that are much similar to him or her. Remember, friends of a feather flock together. And then you will make an impact on them. So having your happy customer make the recommendation or brag about you, recommend you, is only going to draw back people of similar talent, character that you, of course, would love to work with. And then finally, show your affiliations by using the group's icons as badges. This is a fabulous visual way for you to show the groups that you're involved in. And here's a tip. This, again, is what 90% will not do. Post an answer within a group that links back to your blog or maybe a powerful visual, something that is low on text and high on visual. And then follow up with a private message in LinkedIn to one of the members with a valuable idea or just a follow-up tip. Or maybe even say, hey, I'd love to give you a free consultation to see if my service would actually work for you. Don't make a pitch on a cold lead. take advantage of them showing interest in you and follow it up with a warm consultation. So the best practice I can give you here is to know their preference to your expertise and offer them to opt into a newsletter, watch a video, read your blog, see the latest trends that you have in a PDF, etc. When you know their preference to their expertise, and that's demonstrated in them saying, "Hey, I sure appreciated your insight. Feel free to give me more of that," or "Keep me posted when," etc. Or, "I'm looking to relocate from one city to another," or "I'm looking to relocate from one state to another," or one company. And if you've got the skill set to be able to follow up with something that will actually get them to use your product or service, then of course, follow-up is perfect. And that is a great way for you to take advantage of some excellent networking. Idea number 12, questions and answers. Set up a search for keywords, and then you're going to get email notifications every time those keywords are used. So here's the 30,000-foot perspective. With your interests, with your blog, and your professional expertise, you have the answers. Now you just need to find the questions. So how you do this is you're going to access the More sub-tab in the navigation menu, click Answers in the drop-down, and you can either ask a question or you can answer a question. The beauty of when you answer a question, you're probably not going to be the only one answering it, but if you answer it with relevancy and value, people rank the answers, and they will rank you, if you add the relevancy and the value, they will rank you with a star. And you will become the expert featured on the home page, not only for that particular answer you gave, but over time, you will be the expert of your industry based upon the number of stars you have. And again, that's social proof where you don't have to flaunt, "I'm the best." Social proof shows that you are the best. So the best practice is when you're a valuable resource with your answers, you get to show your expertise. Idea number 13, who's looking at you? This is a fabulous opportunity to see real time how effective your profile is. So log into LinkedIn and check out who's viewed your profile by putting this URL into the search engine. As you can see on the left-hand side, I've got an opportunity to be looked at from several different industries. I've got a realtor, an investment advisor, and a software engineer. Now the realtor, I've got an opportunity because I work with a lot of realtors. I've worked with a lot of investment advisors, assisting them with social media tactics and systems. And perhaps the software engineer would like to be a referral partner, or perhaps he wants to use my services, or maybe he just wants to be an alliance. Not quite sure. So what this profile allows you to see is the number of people looking at your profile in the last 90 days. Then it shows you the exact keywords that people are using to find your profile. You get to be viewed by industry. So if this is not the industry that I'm really wanting to affect, then I need to change up the keywords in my profile. If this is an industry and these are consistent industries that are looking at me and I've not realized that I'm affecting that industry as much as I could, it may help me carve out a new niche, or it might help me enhance a niche that I've just begun. And then you get views by geography, states, countries, and that allows you also to hone your value proposition or any presentation skills that you're wanting to work on for your marketing. So here's the takeaway for you. You want to make sure that you rewrite your business headline if the top search keywords that you're finding are not giving you much traffic, or if you're finding that those keywords that people are using to bring up your profile are absolutely not the keywords that you want to have bring up your skill set. So you have to go back in, change your business headline, rewrite some of the content that you have with your past jobs and also your interests. And here is a great way for you to take advantage of some warm leads. These people have looked at your profile for a good reason. So follow up with all of them who viewed your profile. They know that they viewed your profile, and if you do it in a rather timely fashion, you've got an opportunity to call them to action, add some value, make a connection, and possibly add some bottom line value to your business. Finally, this to me is the capstone. It is your opportunity to embed a video, a PDF, or any creative to leave a lasting impression. So this is located on your profile about 2/3 of the way down, where you can inset any of these elements. A video shows your talents. It's just as good as having you live in front of me. A slideshow shows your skill, and a blog shows your insights. So the main objective here, when you're working on embedding a presentation, is to work hard on making your presentation interesting and relevant, with the end goal of driving significant upswing in word-of-mouth referrals and sales. Because a live resume, not the static PDF that's sitting on the top of, on the bottom, or well in the middle of someone's desk pile, but a live resume is almost as good as seeing you in person. And the beauty of having an engaging creative here or an engaging resume on LinkedIn gives you the opportunity to call people to action, and you have a real life demonstration of your skill set. Yay! Thank you so much. You bet. Leapfrog your competition. With these tactics, you're going to have an opportunity to not be just another resume, easily overlooked or quickly forgotten, but when you implement these 14 super effective ways that small businesses can dominate LinkedIn, you will position your brand ahead of the crowd. So I want you also to take a look at downloading the 14 super effective LinkedIn ways to dominate ebook, and you're going to find in this ebook it's brief with words and long on visuals. The second one I want you to look at is getting started with the LinkedIn ebook. Here, remember that you originally thought LinkedIn was simply a resume. But LinkedIn is a lot more than that, as we've demonstrated today. So I don't want you to master LinkedIn. I want you to be able to understand the fundamental elements of it. And there's a culture. There's also keywords. There's lingo you got to know. So when you download this one-page double-sided ebook, you're going to have an opportunity to instantly understand the fundamental elements. You're going to get your bearings so that when you implement the 14 super effective LinkedIn ways to dominate, it's all going to make sense. If you've got questions, comments, ideas, thoughts, or even a fabulous success story, I would love to hear them. A couple of ways to get in touch with us are on Twitter. Our handle is @WBYSM, @Donna L. Newman, or connect with us on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/WBYSM, or my LinkedIn. And together, we are helping you leapfrog your competition. Thanks so much for watching.
So let's recap. LinkedIn can be a valuable business tool to you to grow your business and catapult your career. So implement these strategies to help you use LinkedIn to produce results. Remember, LinkedIn is much more than a resume. Join me next time for another LinkedIn marketing tutorial. But in the meantime, feel free to send me a LinkedIn message whenever you'd like a LinkedIn insight we haven't covered, or just say hi.